Ladies and gentlemen, Applause Productions, Shooting Stars.
Lights around the tree. Mama's whistling takes me back again to something about December. Hanging mistletoe and hoping that it snows. I close my eyes and then I can still remember how to get back home. Let all your memories hold you close, no matter where you are. You're not alone because the ones you love are never far. If Christmas is in your heart, really means a gift. Love is meant to give. I can still recall, carry with me always. Every Christmas dream, they live in you and me. Let all your memories hold you close, no matter where you are. You're not alone because the ones you love are never far. If Christmas is in your heart. Lights around the tree. Mama's whistling takes me back again to something about December. Let all your memories hold you close, no matter where you are. You're not alone because the ones you love are never far. If Christmas is in your heart.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us here today for our wrap-up event for United Way and Stock the Bank annual giving campaign here at Confederation College. My name is Ashley Quarrell. I'm the manager of marketing and communications, and it is my pleasure to act as your MC this morning. We have a lot of exciting announcements, really going to get us in the Christmas spirit because, of course, we've got a lot of giving we're doing today. So we're really thrilled you're all here to join us for that. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we're in the territory of the Anishinaabe peoples of Northwestern Ontario. We live and work in the lands of Fort William First Nation, who are signatory to the Robinson-Superior Treaty of 1850. We also recognize the presence of the Métis and Inuit peoples in the area. As part of the colonial history of Canada, non-Indigenous peoples have derived benefit from what the Royal Commission on Truth and Reconciliation defines as the cultural genocide of Indigenous peoples in this country. We embrace our role and responsibilities in a national reconciliation process and acknowledge that we are accountable for this tragic history. We at Confederation College pledge to address injustices against Indigenous peoples and to honor our relationships with Indigenous peoples in our community. We're going to get right into it because we've got a lot of announcements. So I'm really excited to first welcome Thomas McDonald, Administrator of Communications and Marketing for the Student Union Forward, along with the representative from the Leadership for Healthcare Professionals program here to talk about Project Stocking Stuffer.
Good morning, everyone. It is very exciting this year. Come on up. Where's the rest of your group? Where are they? Come on, guys. Come on, stand over here by the sleigh. It's very exciting this morning. About 8 years ago, we began Project Stocking Stuffer. It was created by one of our board members at Suki, Allison Crane. She was our Senator of Health. And she thought, what if we could do something great for kids in our community who are in need this Christmas? So at that time, we reached out to the Children's Aid and said, what could we do? And what we did was to create Project Stocking Stuffer. So I am pleased to welcome Ryan this morning to tell you exactly how many stockings they have raised with your help for the Children's Aid Society for Youth in Care this Christmas.
Hello, good morning, everyone. So this year, it's really surprising that we gave away like 55 stockings in total. And this morning, when I counted, it was 53 in number. So a big round of applause for the work we did together for everyone. And thank you, everyone, for supporting us. We really, really appreciate the patience and the time you got for stocking the stockings. And thank you, everyone.
And now we'd like to invite Charmaine Cades from the Children's Aid up to say just a brief word of thanks. We have over 50 stockings for you this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate being here, and I'm sorry I flew in at the last moment. It's our busy time at Children's Aid. These stockings in particular that the school does are for our youth. And we do find that often youth who live independently from their biological families are the last to get that support. So we really appreciate the college doing this. It'll all go to good homes. So thank you so much, everyone. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Just go that way and we'll
Thomas, they want you in it.
pictures everywhere. I don't know what we're doing. We'll get them after. We'll take the picture after. Okay, there we go. We'll keep the show moving.
Thank you, a great start, and as we said, we'll do some photo ops after for all of our various activities here today. So next, I am pleased to invite up Shelley Graham, who is our advancement officer here at Confederation College, to speak to the United Way funds we've raised.
So I will keep this short and just to the total because our friends from the United Way are here to talk more about their programming. So I am proud to announce that our college community has raised $6,740 for the United Way.
Another fantastic total, and so I would formally like to recognize and acknowledge all of our friends from the United Way who are here today. Of course, Albert Brule, our CEO of United Way, who will be up here shortly, Jody Wilson, Director of Philanthropy, and Carol Williams, Resource Development and Individual Giving Coordinator. So without further ado, Albert, come up and share some words with us, please.
Well, on behalf of the United Way of Thunder Bay, I want to congratulate and thank all of the faculty and staff and administration here at the college. We truly value that support. We value the partnership and the support with the student union that we enjoy. And it's part and parcel of what we at United Way are proud to call our collaborative initiative, our community impact plan, working with all of the vested partners that care about and are committed to helping eradicate poverty here in Thunder Bay. So please know that your support will be well invested to enhance Thunder Bay through a variety of poverty initiatives, including our commitment to ensure that Thunder Bay is a community where all youth have the opportunity to graduate and pursue their post-secondary studies. So thanks again, we really appreciate it.
Next, I'd like to invite Thomas McDonald back up for a series of announcements, and also to join him, I'd like to invite up the Student Union President, Vignesh Vishwanathan.
Hello again.
Hello, for the first time.
So we'd like to talk to you a little bit about the Student Emergency Fund and what it does in our community. We have been doing Stock the Bank for 14 years now, 14 years of giving, which is amazing. And in that 14 years, we have accrued something in the nature of 100,000 food items and in the ballpark of $160,000 that has been donated to support students in our community. The Student Emergency Fund was born in 2017, which coincided with the college's 50th anniversary. And it gave us the opportunity to do more than just support the Student Food Bank, to create a grant program that would reach out and fill the gap where our traditional bursary and grant programs weren't meeting.
So in the past couple years, around like $27,000 have been used to fund around like 21 students during the year of 2018 and 19 over the academic year. So these funds are given to the students under extreme financial crisis who are facing, a few examples are health issues, or if they have to fly down to Toronto for treatment, if there is a death of a family member and they have to travel to a different city or different country in cases, if there is a vehicle accident that their student is like standing in a different place and they have to have the use of a vehicle to go back and forth to the college and house, any mental health issues, or if they're having any personal problems as well.
So since 2017, $54,797 have been donated to students through our grant program, and that's all thanks to your generosity. So thank you so very much. And now on to this year's money. This is the fun part. We'd like to welcome Aaron O'Nair to the stage to talk a little bit about the Student Enterprise Challenge. We're going off the cuff here.
I know. I just found out 1 minute ago I'm speaking. But I like to speak, so that's okay. This year, our first-year business students that study in accounting, HR, marketing, general business, all of them participate in a project called the Enterprise Challenge in Introductory Marketing. And we give them the task of creating real viable products using upcycled waste materials. And you would have seen them set up here the week of the 25th, selling to our college community here on campus. And through their efforts, they have raised $4,600 for the Student Emergency Fund. And we have transferred over $4,200. Perfect. Yeah, so I want to thank all of the staff, all of the community here at the college for supporting the students and for coming out and shopping the Enterprise Challenge. And very much I'd like to thank the students. If you are here, many of you, you've done a fantastic job. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Erin, and to all the students for bringing this Enterprise Challenge every year. And as a part of a college's initiative to promote sustainability, it's important there is a step from the students to promote sustainability on campus as well.
So now, this year's totals. Yep. It's you first.
So the first total is going to be with regards to the food items. So in total, we've got 7,396 food items donated for this year.
And that is a brand new, largest total ever donated in a single year. So give yourselves a huge round of applause for your amazing generosity. Now, our bread and butter voluntary wage donation fundraiser also nets us a tidy sum of change in support of students, and that is a voluntary donation of 1, 2, or 3 hours. This year, we raised $7,504 through our bread and butter. And that was 129 employees donating a total of 176 hours of their wage. And now, on to what you're really here to find out. It's all cuddly and warm, but I know y'all are like humming with competitive challenge out there. So as usual, for the 14th year in a row, we launched into our competition with large, small, and academic team divisions. This year was as cutthroat as any other year, with strategy and festive holiday spirit and cutthroat violence. No, I'm kidding. It's very bitter. Let's just put it that way. You know who you are. You know how many times you called me in the last 2 weeks. So first, we would like to begin with our academic teams division. So with the winner of the academic teams division step forward being the School of Engineering, Technology, Trades, and Aviation with a total of 8,410 points. So would their representative please step forward? Yep. And please stick around. After, we'll do photos at that point. Congratulations, and not only do they win bragging rights for the year, but a donation has been made to Our Hearts, Our Home at the Thunder Bay Regional Health Sciences Center on their behalf.
So the second announcement is going to be for the 2019 Small Teams Division. If I could ask the representatives. This year's winner is going to be the CICE, Sodexo, and the International Education Department with 5,633 points. A rep from each department would be appreciated. And apart from this, a recognition of your success, a donation has been made to the RFDA as well.
Keeping the show moving.
Okay, I think it's the same thing.
And last but not least, possibly the most cutthroat of all the competitions, our winner of the 2019 Large Teams Division is Administration with 7,916 points. Yep. I'm the one who does the math, I'm pretty sure. We'll take a photo at the end. And a donation has been made to Pause for Love on their behalf. So if all of our winners would join us after the announcements, we'll take some photos at that point. And now, the ultimate total raised for Stock the Bank this year was
$19,093. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So it's my turn to say thank you. So I want to take this moment and thank each and every one of the college members and the community, because I'm super proud to be a member of a college and I've graduated who is so generous to give the community and the students who are actually in need of it. I want to take a minute to thank all our Suki staff, our Suki Action Network, who took their time every day in the morning to go around to different departments trying to find their stashes and like trying to make sure that we're not taking this particular item for today and not pissing them off. So we got to make sure of that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much to the business department for coming up with the enterprise challenge. Thank you to students who stepped up this year to provide the donations. And it's an amazing opportunity for the Student Emergency Fund. And like we've been seeing students come back and forth. In the past year, there is almost like more than 300 students who actually access the student food bank. And that's just the food bank. And there is also an opportunity for the student to access just the food bank alone. And there have been situations where more than 50 students have accessed. And so it is an amazing service. And we are able to do this as a part of a student association only because of the generosity of the college and the community. So thank you so much.
I just got so excited with that number, I'm sorry. Thank you, Vignesh, very much, and Thomas, and everybody involved in creating those fantastic totals. Cutthroat competition, maybe so, but always in support of an incredible cause for very good reasons. So I just want to emphasize that, that these charities, not only the ones that are recipients from our campaign, but also the donations that are made on behalf of the teams, just spreads that giving even further. So congratulations to everybody. I'd next like to invite Shelley Graham back up to announce some of our internal giving totals for Confederation College.
So in addition to Stock the Bank, the college is also raising funds over the last couple of weeks for two other areas. One in particular is our current tech campaign. We are raising money for leading edge equipment in the new addition to the McIntyre building. And in the last couple of weeks together, we have raised $8,478. In addition to that, through payroll giving, our faculty staff have raised money to support various programs and student awards, and that total is $10,285. Hey, Viv. We're going to draw some prize winners now for participating in the internal giving. The first one is for participating in payroll giving, and the winner is?
Oh, okay. I'm not seeing.
Diane Swayze. Is Diane here? No? Okay. The next one is for anyone who donated to the tech campaign. Tara Gold. Is Tara here? No. Well, that's not exciting. Okay. Our next one is for our anyone that is new to payroll giving. Aaron Owner. And our last one is for anyone that increased their payroll giving this year. Okay, I'm sorry if I don't say this right. Arif Raza? Not here? Well, thank you to everyone who participated in payroll giving.
They're going to stay up here, and now I'm going to invite up Thomas to join again, and our president of Confederation College, Kathleen Lynch, to help announce our final overall total for our internal campaign this year.
So just the grand total now? Okay, here we go, drum roll. $44,596 was raised. And I said I will contribute that $4 so that we can round up to 44,600. You never know how a dollar can make a difference, right? Anyway, so there's been lots of thanks along the way, but I'd like to take a moment to thank everybody who participated. It's so much fun in our departments. It is cutthroat and competitive, but it's tons of fun because we know it goes to a great cause, a number of great causes across the college and the United Way. So for leading and supporting the campaign, thank you to the advancement team of Dana Levanto and Shelley Graham, the Suki team, in particular Thomas McDonald and Vignesh Viswanath. I never say the last name correctly, sorry Vignesh, and I've had lots of practice. So, and for facilitating and providing motivation for on-campus activities and giving, Stock the Bank United Way team captains, thanks to you. For being a long-standing partner of this campaign, and Confederation College, the United Way of Thunder Bay. Our entire college community, including our students, employees, for their incredible dedication to this campaign. Your efforts and generosity have made a significant difference to all who were able to support through the Emergency Student Fund and Food Bank, as well as those who access many of the community services of the United Way of Thunder Bay. Through this campaign, we are assisting students when they need it the most. And through our support of the United Way, we're giving a helping hand to our friends and neighbors in the city. So thanks again, everybody. We look forward to doing this again next year.
Sorry, just one quick last thanks to the DMP students who have been continuous through the support for the tree decoration and Stock the Bank, and who is playing this live, to everyone who is not here so that they can see as well, and also to the students from different courses who has been part along with this for the stocking, and we have had like different courses, programs doing that as well. So thank you, everyone.
Vig just got me back because I was going to thank the DMP students, but that's okay. We evened it out now. This is great. So thanks again, everybody. We have one more special treat from our friends at Applause Productions. Also, thank you to them for being here today. And after that, we will do interviews and photo ops. So thank you so much, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thanks again for all that you've done.
Stay tuned for commentary with guests from the Stock the Bank wrap-up.
For the last 14 years, Suki has ran the Stock the Bank food and fundraiser campaign to benefit the Emergency Student Food Bank at Confederation College. The college's department heads and their teams have been competing against each other to raise more food and money donations for students over the last 2 weeks. They do this to help their community and at the same time try to win pride and a $150 donation to a charity of their choice. This fundraiser has continued to be a success over the last 14 years and has helped hundreds of students get food in their stomachs and help them focus on their studies and exams. This fundraiser has raised over $165,000 through the years and expects to help students in need for many more years to come. With Stock the Bank helping so many students, we sent a team in the halls to talk to students about what they really thought about Stock the Bank.
Well, you know, I've been here a while, so I've seen the students. They struggle not only with finances, but they also struggle with fatigue, and they struggle with deadlines and all the rest of it. And I think Stock the Bank is a really good way for people who can to contribute, should contribute, because it takes some of the pressure away.
Well, obviously everyone has to eat, and those students who are less fortunate, who don't have enough money, who don't have the access, it's just as important for them to eat as it is for everyone else.
It gives students the chance to focus on their studies rather than on what their next meal is going to be, because some of them might not have enough money to buy food.
I feel like that by collecting cans for students in need, it would be like a great help, especially because like if they don't have enough money to get the food that they need, then they won't have the right motive to go to school and learn.
Well, I feel like, students are always struggling. Money is a big issue. It's hard to work, especially while going to school. So it's good to have that there for people that need it. And yeah, everyone needs food. Yeah.
There's never going to be a student in need that's hungry. They're never going to have to go outside of their college, so they'll always be comfortable asking for what they need. And it's, from what I'm aware of, it's pretty private, so it's not like you're exposed or, standing in a homeless shelter asking for help.
Well, I've seen the inside of a food bank, and when you look at it, it doesn't look like, well, it looks like a lot, but it really isn't, because there's so many students in need that can't afford, the stereotype of college kids don't have money, because some of them really don't.
If they don't have something to eat, they can have something to eat. And if you can have food to eat, then you're probably going to do better in school.
Well, first of all, you got food in a can, right? I like food, everyone likes food, and we don't quite have enough of it. It's preservable, right? Long-lasting food, that's good. Feed the homeless, then you have your can. Recycle, all good. Metal.
Hi, and welcome back to our little bonus kind of Stock the Bank wrap-up. My name is James, and I'm joined here with Mitchell and Devin. Starting with Mitch, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
So I'm a DMP student here at Confederation College. I'm actually the producer for this show we're doing here today, so it's really awesome to be on the show and talk about Stock the Bank.
And Devin?
I'm also a student of DMP, and I am a crew on the Stock the Bank show.
Nice. Now, overall, I think what they were saying about the Stock to Bank is that's a wild success on their part. What is it, like about $44,000 grand total accumulated through multiple things like the food items, the donating of hours, staff, as well as other methods. And they're saying that like cans is the most kind of money in cans that they've ever gotten, right?
Yeah.
And now, one thing they were talking about is it's been going on for 14 years, right?
A long time.
Yeah. And so, I guess, what do you think goes into running a charity like that for 14 years and having just kind of success over 14 years of constant success?
I'd say the reason they're so successful is just because their community accepts the whole Stock the Bank thing, because they're feeding students. A lot of students don't have money to pay for food at the moment, and during exams, that's the last thing a student needs to worry about. So I feel like every year they've helped students, so then the community just supports them and lets them run it every year because it's helping,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
exactly. I agree. I think it's just the passion that they have for it every year and wanting to help people is what really just keeps it going, because you don't really see that a whole lot, and it's really important, especially around the holidays.
And the teams who do go in it, the head departments, even though they are raising cans for the students, which is awesome, they still like the competition of going against another department.
Yeah, I know. That's one thing they're talking about. They kept repeating is how cutthroat it is, how kind of crazy it is. Thomas getting several calls just in one day from people wanting to know who's in first, where am I in the standings, how many more cans do I need to be first. I wish I could just talk to him and kind of get an idea for how cutthroat it really is.
It would have been good to just see behind the scenes of him just getting so stressed.
I wish we could have had that. I want to know how cutthroat it it is, and how important those bragging rights are.
Yeah.
It's all to prove which department is better.
Literally. I think it's like we won. So the whole year they get to say, well, we won this.
Yeah, like administration, like they won the large items, and I imagine that, they already worked so hard, and I didn't think they really wanted to win.
Yeah, I mean, administration's really working overtime, especially this time of year with the changing of semesters. There's always a big line in front of there. But I guess going on, there's the smaller team as well, the CICE, the Sodexo, and the international department kind of keep coming together for their own little team.
Yeah,
I think that's a big win for them too.
Yeah, they were. I know Sodexo. I saw a couple on the sheet of who won. They were pretty high up for being a smaller team. Like they raised like a lot of cans.
Yeah, I never would have expected them to come up so high.
Yeah, I think they had like a rivaling for even beating out some of the other teams, maybe too, right? Like, what were the numbers like? From what you saw?
When I saw, there was the first couple were like pretty high numbers. There was a couple that had 0 or lower numbers. But most of them had pretty high numbers.
I wonder what were business media's numbers, because that's what DMP is
that
a
was
part
ours.
of.
I think we had like 80 or something.
Yeah, I think I saw that from something like that. I know it's the School of Business, Hospitality, and Media Arts is what we're under.
Business hospital. So that's like 3 different.
Well, yeah, it's like 3 different things. But if you look at it, there's engineering and aviation. That's 2 things. Those are both pretty big programs. And then you got what was the other one? There was another one, but the CSC, Sodexo International, that's 3 different departments in itself.
Yeah.
Administration has several little sub-departments under administration. So there's a lot. They're teams made up of several different things, right?
Yeah, so they had more people to collect cans.
Yeah, that's why it's split into large teams, smaller teams, and academic teams.
Okay, yeah, to make it fair.
Yeah, because also having the 3 kind of subcategories, like it lets everyone have a chance. So it's not all like we don't have like 14 different teams competing for one prize. It's more so split up to where you have a couple teams in 3 categories competing for several prizes.
And that just shows like how competitive they are, because the fact that they have to split it up into separate teams, because if they don't, people will complain that it's not fair. Like they're like, oh yeah, we love raising cans for the students, but we want to win. Yeah. This is like they get $150 to donate to a charity of their choice also, so that's nice.
Yeah, I think that's really great. They also in winning, not only to get their bragging rights, but you also get that ability to donate to a specific charity.
Yeah.
I really like that, because there's a lot of charities out there that need donations, and I know we're focusing for this one. We're focusing on the Student Emergency Fund.
Yeah.
But we're also giving a little bonus to other charities as well.
Yeah. So it's like instead of raising cans for them, they're still getting something.
Yeah, it's like we're helping multiple different causes with one fundraiser, which I think is great. Now, we had that Applause Shooting Star Choir opening and ending.
Yes.
What did you guys think of that?
They're fantastic.
It was awesome. We didn't really necessarily know they were coming on, but wow, they really they were actually really good.
Beautiful singing voices. Their opening song was really nice. I was trying to figure out what song it was, because I could barely hear it, but I thought it was like a cover of Imagine, but like Christmas themed.
It was definitely a song. The music they had was like from a song.
Yeah, it sounded familiar.
But yeah, they were really good, especially for their age. They're like 14, 13. So
yeah, I think that's Denise. I forget her last name, but she runs that out of Applause. Denise Krawchuk. She runs that out of Applause Studio with those little working with those little kids. And so Denise is actually a vocal trainer. I know I've worked. I didn't work with her in the past, but I've known people that have worked with her, and I've seen her work, and she does some amazing stuff with just helping people their voices and helping them reach their potential with singing.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's just a prime example of what Denise can do. I wish I had took singing lessons so I could sing like that,
same.
honestly.
Always thought about it, but like it just shows like how much she's done, because those kids did not seem nervous. I'm sure they were, but they got in front of all those people and were on camera, and they still sang great.
Yeah, I know. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was like the Stockton Bank has been running for 14 years, right?
Yeah.
I wish we could kind of get an insight of like how much it's grown in those past 14 years, because like over 14 years, you get that's like a lot even 10 years really. That's a lot of data to kind of go over. And I wish we could like see. There's probably records somewhere. But
There
if we
has
could
to be
see.
records.
That's a lot of food to keep. I like wonder like how much it's really used too, you know?
Well, they were saying that like a bunch of students go to the emergency student fund and access it to help cover what they can't. So we're just going over those 14 years. It'd be nice to see to get an idea of like how much like what the growth has been.
Yeah, I can imagine it wasn't as successful as it was now in the start. You know, I
Yeah,
imagine it was
yeah.
really hard to get all of those cans.
Because they're like known now. I feel like back in the day, they probably would have had trouble getting like departments to go against each other. That's probably why they made it a competition. Just for that factor of like, I'm doing this for a reason other than helping.
It's not just a normal food drive. It really means a lot to the community and a lot to the staff.
Yeah, it does. And you can really get that from that video that was shown earlier where Renee Reese Boyer was talking about the impact he's seen and how he's seen it help students. It's just amazing. Anything that the college can do to help relieve some stress off of some students so they don't have to worry about, they can focus more on this exam coming up or this big project instead of worrying about how am I going to get my next meal.
Yeah, because that's not what you should be worrying about when you have like 6-7 exams on the
Yeah.
last couple of weeks, you know?
A well-fed student is a good student.
Yeah, I think we can attest to that as we're in our final year of our
Oh,
program.
yeah.
We got lots of stuff going
If
on.
I wasn't eating during all this, I'd be so cranky. It would be not a good time. So I'm glad for the student fund, especially because like I know like I don't need the student fund, but for people who like actually need food, for them to have an outlet to go to is like essential.
Yeah.
Like if they didn't have anything, then
For
what would they really
especially
do?
like for a student like me who is not on OSAP, but has like their tuition like helped paid for, but like everything else I have to pay for myself. Like food is really hard, and you know, like what if I used it and like I was at home, it's like, oh, I don't have enough money for groceries, you know.
Yeah.
It's really important.
And some of these students some of these students have to have a full-time job, pay for their own rent. They're coming here, they're living on residence, which is very expensive. And like the CAF food is pretty expensive and it can get very plain. So like having like an alternative where you actually don't have to pay for food is like, it's awesome.
Yeah, and grocery stores these days are expensive too. Like I never really thought about buying groceries until just like recently when I go into like Metro or something and I want to get some fresh vegetables. Fresh food especially,
it's so
there's a
expensive.
hefty price to pay if you're trying to eat fresh. But going to the food bank, you don't have to really worry about those prices because they have that for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's there for you to access if you need it, which I think is great. I know we have been helping with Stock the Bank in our own way. We've done some making this show here. Now, what is your guys' experience working with the show?
It's been great. When we recorded some shots of the Christmas tree getting set up, so we helped set up the Christmas tree, was fun, which they actually let us like put the actual ornaments on, which was awesome. And then I also filmed they had a pancake breakfast here, so they were giving out a free pancake breakfast to everyone at the for a show.
We got to see Dennis inhale a pancake.
Yeah, I know. I always saw there, and I was down there for the pancake breakfast. And we're gonna have some guests coming in very shortly.
Well, thanks
some
for having us
guests
come
from
in.
Stock
Yeah,
Bank.
we really appreciate it.
No problem. I love to hearing you guys' insight. We're gonna hear some more insight from back. We're gonna hear some more insight from other people soon.
All right, awesome.
Okay, perfect.
we're back. I'm here joined by some representatives from United Way helping out with Stock the Bank. So I guess first of all, starting with you, Albert, could you introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Albert Brule, the CEO of United Way Thunder Bay.
Hi, and I'm Jody Wilson, Director of Philanthropy and Community Engagement.
Hi, I'm Carol Williams, Resource Development and Individual Giving Coordinator.
And so, what is your guys' involvement with the Stock the Bank here at Confederation College?
Well, here at Confederation College, there's many people that contribute to the payroll campaign, and we are the very grateful recipients of those payroll donations to the community, right, through the United Way of Thunder Bay.
Okay, and as a United Way, you get those kind of community funds, and do you know where exactly those community funds are going?
So the monies raised through this campaign and through the contributions of others all across the community will go into our 2020 Community Impact Fund. And we're just in the process now of inviting community groups that are focused on addressing poverty to submit their applications. We have an allocations committee that will review those in the new year, and then we'll be announcing exactly where those funds go a little bit later on, probably end of March. So we can't say specifically where they're going to go, but we can certainly highlight the fact that they're addressing the root causes of poverty, individuals who are facing circumstances due to life challenges that need basic supports and needs. And in particular, we're really proud of the fact that we also strive to support young people. And we want Thunder Bay to be a community where all youth have the opportunity to graduate. So that's a great connection with the
funds
college.
are staying within Thunder Bay?
Absolutely. The funds are to support local needs and initiatives.
That's really great to hear. And I've heard that this is one of the most successful Stock the Banks that has been in the past 14 years, right?
Absolutely. I've been a part of this program since 2015, so I've watched it grow and just a tremendous effort.
And what about the rest of you? How long have you been participating with Stock the Bank?
It's probably been my 5th year now with the United Way working with the college. So I've enjoyed it.
This is my very first year, so really proud, really excited about the opportunity to work with the college and the students and the faculty and staff. It's a great team effort.
That's great. And maybe not for you, but the two. What is the growth you've seen over the years you've spent working on Stock the Bank?
Well, it's tremendous. I mean, Thomas and his team do such a good job. And I remember being sat down my very first year and explained all the different programs that took place through the entire Stock the Bank process. And I was just in awe, of how well run this is and to watch it get bigger and bigger and bigger every year, and this being the largest this year. It's just heartwarming.
It is very heartwarming. And to see the number of people that are behind the scenes making it work and making it as successful as it can be. It's awesome.
And are you guys involved a lot in the behind-the-scenes kind of process?
Yeah, initially we take part in a team captain orientation. I've brought in a speaker, and we've talked to the team captains and get them really prepped on what we do at the United Way. It's kind of fun. And this year we also participated in the stocking stuffer program as staff for the United Way. So we were busy stuffing our own stockings and taking part in that, which was really fun. That'll support the children at Children's Aid Society. And then Carol does some work with Dana and Shelley and her team with the Leaders of the Way program. And so we're really thrilled to be included in this process.
And so you guys mentioned that you're bringing speakers and talking with the team leaders. And those team leaders, the teams that are competing in the Stock the Bank?
They be the team captains that do canvassing throughout the entire college for employee campaign donations.
Okay. And so do you guys, I know one thing that was repeated a lot was how kind of cutthroat this competition is. Have you guys seen
Nothing
that?
but rainbows, unicorns. That's what we see. We don't see what happens kind of in some of those dark hallways.
Privy to that, unfortunately. Shelley might be able to tune us in on that a little bit, but we don't get to see that. We just get to see the finale.
Well, I'm hoping we can get some of that because it was repeated over and over. And like, I'm sitting here thinking,
If we have the opportunity to add some excitement to that somehow with a twist, maybe we can look into that for next year.
next year's gonna be your 15th, and so 15 is kind of I'd say it's a special number, right? Do you guys have anything planned for the kind of 15th, I guess, anniversary?
Haven't had the opportunity to think about it yet, but now you've given me pause for thought.
Yes, for sure.
All right. So again, thank you to United Way for coming. We're gonna switch over to the next group of guests now.
Excellent.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
inviting
much.
us.
Yes,
And
it was really fun.
Thanks for
again,
coming.
Congrats to the whole college community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So you have our next speaker. You'll want to come down and come sit.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'm hungry. I am too, but I don't like to initiate.
Yep.
All right. Cheers.
If you're gonna share a mic, you can have your own.
No, we can share.
No, we can.
No, they're.
Shelly and I are good.
We're good old buddies.
Yeah, she's got her rubbing alcohol over there that we had a
We're on
swig of. We're ready to go.
And
What the
we're
hell is
live.
rubbing
And we're
alcohol?
live.
We're not live.
The earpiece, I have my ears. I can hear them. That's for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was liquid courage before you get on the mic.
What is that? Why do we have that here? Yes, it's concerning.
You have notes? I don't have
I'm
notes.
concerned by
You have notes?
everything.
I don't have notes. I have a phone. Is what I do.
Well, at least I'll have some notes here.
I have a strong desire to day drink. Does that get us anywhere?
Day drink. Oh my God, you're funny.
You're like, I just call it drinking.
Okay, and we're back. Today I'm joined with some people from Suki and Confederation College. They were working in Stockton Bank. So could you guys, starting with Thomas, just kind of introduce yourself?
My name is Thomas McDonald. I'm the Administrator of Marketing and Communications for Suki, and I'm the Coordinator of Stockton Bank.
My name is Vignesh Vishwanathan. I'm the Student Association President.
I'm Charmaine Cades, and I manage the volunteer program at the Children's Aid Society, so I'm actually a recipient of those beautiful gifts.
I'm Shelley Graham. I'm an advancement officer in the Department of Advancement and Alumni, and I'm sort of the college liaison with Thomas for the campaign.
Okay, and so I guess overall, how do you guys think the Stockton Bank went?
We couldn't be happier,
Oh, it was
actually.
fantastic.
We
It's
are
amazing.
very thrilled. This every year, it's really important to us to not set a target. We're not trying to beat a number, right? It's not about beating last year's number. It's whatever giving we receive is good, right? We're trying to foster a culture of giving. So we're really excited when people give $1, $10, 100 food items, whatever it happens to be, a stocking.
And sometimes the focus changes from year to year. We're currently in capital campaign to raise money for the new tech hub for equipment. So we put a push on that this year, and we were lucky that some people changed their giving for the year. And next year there could be another primary focus that will encourage people to give to that.
And so what is the process like to put on an event such as Stockton Bank?
Thomas?
Well, it's grown and evolved a lot over the 14 years, but I think we've settled on something that works, and that is giving people the opportunity to earn bragging rights, to give, to strategize, to work as a team. It's as much a morale builder and a team builder in departments as it is a builder of our food bank and our student emergency fund.
I agree. I think it becomes the holiday celebration for the different departments, and it's nice that departments are lumped together. So you end up meeting new people every year that are helping win.
And as new employees start at the college, they're kind of indoctrinated into that idea. They're immersed into the idea of this is what we do at Christmas. This is how we compete. This is how we, our department at Halloween did a Sunday bar, and that was our fundraiser. So it doesn't happen just in this 2 weeks.
Yes.
It's all year
well,
long.
and that's the other point. So different departments are doing mini fundraisers throughout the year, primarily at this time of the year, but throughout the fall as well, to really kickstart the fundraising for this.
And we're also really pleased this year that we were able to give the largest amount of stockings ever through our Project Stocking Stuffer program to our friends at the Children's Aid, with the help of our students in the Leadership for Healthcare Professionals, who took that on as a class project.
That was a class project?
Yes.
That's amazing. And this is the largest the largest ever, really, in the past 14 years, if I heard right?
Well, for Stock the Bank, that's the largest amount of food items ever garnered in a single year. It's the second largest amount of dollars ever garnered in a year. So when you factor those things together, and it is definitely the largest amount of stockings ever donated through Project Stocking Stuffer.
And have you guys seen the impact from the Student Emergency Fund and other donations kind of firsthand?
We are at the office every day, and we see so many students coming inside and accessing the food bag or like the emergency student funds, and we direct them to the financial aid. And this emergency student fund came into existence in 2017 as a part of the 50th anniversary of the college, and we've been seeing it is specifically assigned for any emergency crisis for the students with regards to health issues, any immediate travel plans that they have, unexpected situations, personal issues. Having this in place has helped a lot of students. Like in the past year, just for the emergency food bag alone, there were almost more than 300 students who accessed that food bag on a routine basis.
And that might be a single student accessing 2 times or 3 times as they have need and necessity. We try not to turn them away.
That's great. I think it's important as a college to kind of help give your students a platform to be successful. Now, I guess, what is the kind of whole process like from your guys' perspective, kind of putting this all together and kind of the going from the early stages to the outcome? And I guess, what are your thoughts on maybe this year specifically, anything that kind of sticks out or a special moment at all?
So just wanted to add, I've been to many student conferences where we have the opportunity to connect with other student leaders. And the first topic that's been brought about is the food bank, in any college, as a matter of fact. And I think to myself that how generous our college community is, that we are in a better position to help our students with those resources. And every year it's been growing and things have been adding on. Like this year, we, as a part of the whole giving process, we had our DMP students come and take lifetime lapses of the things and projecting towards other areas in the cafeteria or other places where people are not able to participate because of the time schedules, but are still able to kind of visually see what happened and feel like they're participating in the whole event as well.
Our food bank and our student emergency fund are entirely supported by donations. We don't put budget dollars in because our college community is so very generous, and that's the most exciting part for me. The day that we were able to walk away from that being a budget line to it being fully supported as something that the college community, the people who work here, the people who learn here, feel it's necessary and important to support their own, right? It's like family, right? You take care of your own, and that's really important to me.
I was just going to say that we received stockings today for our children at the Children's Aid Society, and we can totally empathize with poverty being one of the major issues that our families face, and food crises as well. And Canada's the only national country, a G8 country, that doesn't have a national food strategy. and the RFDA and the Thunder Bay Food Bank, the Ontario food banks are busting at the seams and not able to take anyone else on. So we too rely heavily on the community. I mean, our mission is in partnership with family and communities like the college, to promote safety and well-being of our children and families so they can reach their full potential. For one of our youth to get that stocking, who may have feel like they're completely forgotten at this time of year, is incredibly meaningful.
And couple unique other things that was unique for this year's like Stock the Bank campaign is also the participation from the students. The students stepped up as a part of a donation or giving their time and effort as a part of a class project. So we had couple programs or groups who did like the stocking and then like as a part of helping in Christmas tree decorating and a few other things. So that was pretty unique. So it's like giving is not just making a donation, it's also making a difference in a person's life. So everyone understood that, and as a college and as a community, we did that.
This day always feels like first Christmas to me.
Yeah.
Right? This is, you know, I put on this apron and this hat, and that's my uniform for that 2-week period. And people laugh, right? But then one year I didn't wear the apron, and there was like uproar, right? So it's part of the Christmas landscape here at the college. So when we kick off with that pancake breakfast and we roll all the way through, you know, today, this celebration today feels like Christmas.
Yeah, I agree.
Starts Christmas for us as well, yeah. It's great.
Yeah, and such, I guess for everyone involved, just kind of like the feeling of whether you're giving or you're receiving, just kind of that, we all could use a little more Christmas in our lives, right? Especially with the students, I know with this being a very busy period of time, having not to worry about one extra thing or giving a little good, knowing that you're giving a little good so someone else doesn't have to worry about that one extra thing is a very, I think it's a very rewarding experience.
And it really is, this campaign is sort of that gift that keeps giving. Right now, today, tomorrow, this week, people will be getting the stockings, but some of the funds raised, the food items raised will go on throughout the year. So it really isn't just the Christmas season, which is nice. It continues throughout the year.
And the magic of that 10 days, right? When we really talk about that 10 days, it's 10 days that last 365, right? We literally just a couple weeks ago looked in the food bank and thought, oh, it's getting a little sparse in there. And we thought, it's okay, we'll make it, because we know how generous.
Right, and the $10,000 that was raised, that will go towards student awards and bursaries, that will be handed out come spring. So students are getting what they need right now in the Christmas season, but you know, we're still not forgetting about them 3 months, 4 months down the road.
Yeah, and I think overall the Stock the Bank has been a major success. And I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank United Way for also coming on. And I want to thank the people at home watching as well who couldn't make it, and especially the ones sticking around for this bonus segment. So thank you again.
We want to thank you guys for all your support.
Yeah,
thank you.
An opportunity too.
Oh, we love doing this.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. See ya.
See ya.